The Himalayas. Just the name stirs the soul, conjuring images of snow-capped peaks, prayer flags flapping in the wind, and a sense of ancient mystery. The Himalayas are not just mountains, they are a realm of wonder and awe, a place where nature's grandeur meets human spirituality. I've been lucky enough to travel the world, to eat my way across continents, tasting the flavors of different cultures, but there's a certain pull that draws you to places untouched by time. These are places where the modern world seems to fade away, leaving behind a pristine landscape and a way of life that has remained unchanged for centuries. Places where tradition reigns supreme, and the old ways of life hold strong. Here, the past is not just remembered, it is lived every day. That's what led me to the Tong community, tucked away in the remote region of Upper Dolpha in Nepal. This community is a living testament to the resilience and adaptability of human culture. Here, amidst the breathtaking beauty of the Himalayas, they practice a tradition rarely seen in the modern world, polyandry, where a woman marries multiple brothers. This practice is not just a cultural curiosity, it is a solution to the challenges posed by their environment. It's a tradition born of necessity, shaped by the harsh realities of life at such high altitudes, where resources are scarce and survival requires cooperation and unity. And yet, it's a testament to the enduring strength of family and community. In the Tong community, family bonds are not just important, they are essential for survival, creating a network of support and love that is as strong as the mountains themselves. Upper Dolpha. It's not a place you just stumble upon. Hidden away in the remote corners of Nepal, Upper Dolpha is a land that remains untouched by modernity. Accessible only by foot or by pack animal, it's a journey that tests your limits, both physically and mentally. The paths are narrow and treacherous, winding through some of the most rugged terrain on Earth. But the reward is worth the effort. The breathtaking scenery, with its panoramic views of the Dolpha region at sunrise, is a sight to behold. Imagine a landscape painted in shades of ochre and gold, where the air is thin and crisp, and the silence is broken only by the wind whistling through the prayer flags. The high-altitude terrain is both beautiful and unforgiving. This is the world the Tong people call home. Their villages, with traditional houses, blend seamlessly into the landscape. Life here is harsh, dictated by the rhythms of nature. The Tong people have adapted to farming in these harsh conditions, making the most of what little the land offers. Resources are scarce, and the land yields its bounty grudgingly. Every day is a struggle to gather enough to sustain their families. Isolation is a fact of life, with the outside world feeling a million miles away. The nearest town is days away, making self-sufficiency a necessity. Yet despite these challenges, the Tong people have not only survived but thrived, their culture and traditions as much a part of the landscape as the mountains themselves. Their traditional ceremonies and cultural activities are a testament to their resilience and enduring spirit. Now let's talk about this polyandry thing. It's a fascinating and often misunderstood practice. It's not about polygamy, where one man has multiple wives. Instead, polyandry is where one woman has multiple husbands. Here, it's the women who hold the reins, so to speak. They are the central figures in the family structure. In the Tong community, it's common for a woman to marry a group of brothers. This practice is known as fraternal polyandry. On the surface, it might seem strange, even taboo. Many people outside these communities find it hard to understand. But once you understand the logic behind it, it makes perfect sense. It's a practical solution to a very real problem. See, life in Upper Dolpha is all about survival. The harsh environment and limited resources make it challenging. Dividing the land among multiple sons would leave each family with barely enough to survive. Polyandry solves this problem by keeping the land undivided. By sharing a wife, the brothers also share their land, their resources, and most importantly, the responsibility of raising a family. This cooperation is crucial for their survival. It's a system that ensures the family's land remains intact, providing for generations to come. This way, the family can thrive together, maintaining their heritage and way of life. Don't let the idea of shared husbands fool you. The women of the Tong community are anything but subservient. In fact, they are the backbone of this society. They run the households, manage the finances, and make the key decisions. They are respected for their strength, their wisdom, and their ability to hold the family together. Think about it. Managing a household with multiple husbands and a brood of kids is no walk in the park. It requires diplomacy, patience, and a whole lot of love. The women of the Tong community navigate these complex relationships with grace and strength, ensuring the well-being of their families and, in turn, their community. Section 5. Ancient Rhythms, Music, Dance and Dress. Life in Upper Dolpha isn't all work and no play. The Tong people have a rich cultural heritage expressed through vibrant music, dance and traditional clothing. Imagine the sound of drums echoing through the valleys, the rhythmic beat a call to celebration. Traditional dances passed down through generations tell stories of their history, their beliefs and their connection to the land. And then there's the clothing. Women, adorned with colourful hand-woven fabrics and intricate silver jewellery, are a vision to behold. Each piece tells a story, a symbol of their heritage and their place within the community. These traditions are not mere relics of the past. They are living, breathing expressions of what it means to be Tong. Section 6. Spirits in the Mountains, the Spiritual World of the Tong. The Tong people are deeply spiritual. They believe in the presence of spirits in the mountains, the rivers and the sky. Their beliefs are intertwined with nature, with every aspect of their lives guided by a deep respect for the natural world. Prayer flags flutter in the wind, carrying their hopes and dreams to the heavens. Monasteries perched precariously on mountaintops serve as centers of learning and spiritual guidance. The Tong people's connection to their environment is not just about survival, it's about a profound sense of belonging, of being part of something much larger than themselves. Section 7. From Mountain to Market, Agriculture and Adaptation. Life in Upper Dolpha revolves around agriculture. The Tong people are masters of their environment, cultivating crops like barley, buckwheat and potatoes on terraced fields carved into the mountainside. They've learned to adapt to the harsh conditions. Their agricultural practices are testament to their resilience and ingenuity. But times are changing, even in this remote corner of the world. Modernity is slowly creeping in, bringing with it new challenges and opportunities. The younger generation, exposed to the outside world through education and technology, are starting to question the old ways. The lure of the city with its promise of a better life is hard to resist. Section 8. The winds of change, modernity reaches the Tong. The influx of tourists, drawn by the allure of the Himalayas and the unique culture of the Tong people, is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it brings much-needed income to the community. On the other hand, it threatens to erode the very traditions that make the Tong people so unique. The younger generation, exposed to different cultures and ways of life, are faced with a dilemma to preserve their heritage or embrace the modern world. It's a delicate balancing act, one that will shape the future of the Tong community for generations to come. Section 9. Preserving tradition, the future of a unique culture. The question is, can a culture as unique as the Tongs survive in the face of globalization and modernization? It's a question that weighs heavily on the minds of the elders, the keepers of tradition. But even as the world changes around them, the Tong people are finding ways to adapt while holding on to their core values. They understand that their traditions are not relics of the past, but living, breathing entities that must evolve to survive. They are working to document their language, their music, their stories, ensuring that their cultural heritage is passed on to future generations. Section 10. Conclusion. Lessons from the roof of the world. My journey to Upper Dolpha was an eye-opener. The Tong people, with their unique traditions and their unwavering sense of community, taught me a valuable lesson, that there are many ways to live, to love, and to build a meaningful life. Their story is a reminder that even in the most remote corners of the world, Human connection and the enduring strength of culture can overcome even the harshest of realities. As I left the towering peaks of the Himalayas behind, I carried with me a newfound appreciation for the diversity of human experience and a deep respect for the Tong people, who have found a way to thrive on the roof of the world.